And here we are at it again with the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0, and with the few things that are very much done. The few things that are there. The few things that are, in fact, all out there for you to see. I'm going to move on to a few other things before I close off on today's piece regarding the Vlog-A-Thon 5.0. Because I've been at this for days now. Actually, the recording bits of all this stuff has been going on for almost 3 months, but regardless of all that, I am pretty happy that I've gotten this far already, and yet I still have a full day worth of vlogs to go. I suppose the recording part's not going to be very hard to do, but at the very moment, there's not really a whole lot more that I can associate well with. And so, let's just start off by talking a couple of things about movies, once again. And, of course, I did finish up on films I should have talked about years ago, Season 2, so if that's a good start, then, well, good enough, I guess. But for the very moment, I'm going to talk a couple of things about my perspective. I'm going to talk exactly what could be done in the film industry. Do I see films today as being better or worse than classic movies? Certainly neither. I mean, we've definitely seen a lot of 2022 films. I've gotten to see tons of them in theaters. I've gotten to see plenty of them at home or even elsewhere. So I'm more than happy exactly how far we've come along regarding newer films, apart from ones that really suck, like what we got in 2019, 2020, and 2021. But to be fair, 2022 has also had some films that were certainly not great as well. So sometimes that's just what's going to happen every single year. You can't expect everything to be a masterpiece overnight. Even with some of my own projects like Bolts of Intrigue, In Hospitality, and then of course the failed project known as the S Grade. I sure am not really willing to try to put this stuff together. But hey, you know what? Looking back at what I've done in the Vlog-A-Thon, looking back what I did in films I should have talked about years ago, looking back at what I've done elsewhere, it's safe to say that I've got one nice big road that I've been able to pave through with my own mind, my own creativity, and of course, my own... yeah, I don't need to say that word. So, of course, are films today better or worse? That's probably just more of my question than any of your questions, but I suppose just looking at films that came out this year alone, I could sure tell you, they are so much better than you would have ever realized. If I could name 5 of the best that I've seen this whole year thus far, it would probably have to be The Batman with Robert Pattinson, The Bad Guys, Jurassic World Dominion, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Nope. That's just to name a good sampling of what I've been able to see. Of course, I especially love what I've been able to get a kick out of in more recent months. I was able to watch various other amazing movies like Dragon Ball Superhero, and I even got to see Black Adam, which, on all honesties, I wouldn't say it's that perfectly well done, but for Dwayne Johnson, it does just fine for what it is. And for also being for some sort of weird Shazam ripoff, well, am I going to pick it apart that much? Well, not entirely, because there's only so much that I can do here based on reviews these days. I could just make another films I should have talked about years ago season, but I just did in fact get finished with the second one, and so the next thing that I'm going to be doing will in fact be all about TV shows. That's more of a spoiler, if you will, so I apologize for that, but otherwise there's just not much else left to say here. You could pretty much just simply look at what I've been able to accomplish based on film reviews, and also based on what I've been able to find in regards to tons of great stuff. Because 2022 has definitely had a lot to offer compared to what we've been able to see years ago. Because it turns out that even today, we can still get a heck of a lot of masterpieces. And so, that's basically just that. Thank you very much for watching the Vlog-A-Thon once again, and I will see y'all some other time.